Season 3 finale of Yellowjackets came on last night. Let's talk about it. Major spoilers ahead, so if you haven't watched yet, feel free to come back later. So we got a lot of answers to a lot of questions that we've had for multiple years, like who's Pit Girl? This episode basically takes us back to the very beginning. At the beginning of the episode, we see Natalie has confronted Misty. We're kind of going back and forth. We could tell like some time has passed. We're getting further into winter. I mean, Natalie knows what Misty has done now. Misty is apologetic. Natalie seems to like not let on that she knows that Misty is kind of the culprit for keeping them there. We see Shauna is kind of drunk on her power. You see them searching Natalie's tent. She just really has no empathy for anyone else. She's just wielding her power however she may want to use it. And obviously a lot of these girls are pretty tired of Shauna in both timelines, honestly. We also see Lottie seeing her younger self after she's died. We don't get like a plane moment. I was wondering like if we would see her on an airplane like the other ladies have, but we don't get that moment for Lottie. Basically her younger self lets her know like, hey, you know, the Antler Queen is waiting for you. Back in the adult timeline, we see Taissa and Shauna. They have driven Van's body to the woods. Taissa is like, don't get out, don't touch her, to Shauna. Shauna stays in the car. Taissa buries Van and then I guess like eats her heart or something. I don't know. She buries her, and obviously things are not good between Taissa and Shauna. Like, why would they? Taissa obviously blames Shauna for what happened to Van. I'm jumping all over the place, but like, so we see Shauna, she goes home, no one's home. Callie's clothes are gone, Jeff's clothes are gone, everyone's gone. And in Shauna's mind, she immediately blames Misty for whatever is going on in her own personal life. In regards to Misty in the adult timeline, Misty has figured out who Lottie's killer is. We find out that Lottie's killer is no other than Callie, which would make sense with the DNA under the fingernails, how it matched to Shauna, but really it was Callie. Basically what happened is Lottie stole the tape. Callie knew that she stole the tape, so she went to the city to go find Lottie. Lottie showed her the stairwell and basically told Callie, you are a child of the wilderness. You are the wilderness's offspring, kind of like putting a lot of stuff on her. She basically said, like, your mom is jealous of you for what you are, who you are. And like Callie is freaked out, and so she pushes Lottie, and Lottie falls down the stairs and dies. Misty tracks her down at her high school. They have a conversation. Callie confesses to the murder. She basically, she says, I didn't want to kill her. I had a moment, I freaked out. Misty basically agrees to not involve law enforcement. She just tells Callie, go home, tell your dad. And she does that. She owns up to it. She tells Jeff, hey, this is what happened. I'm so sorry. And Jeff like forgives her and takes care of her. He protects her. They leave the house. And so when Shauna gets there, they are gone. Shauna confronts Misty in her home. Misty basically says, there you go again. You're blaming me for everything that goes wrong in your life. But look in the mirror. You're the reason that this has happened. Jeff and Callie are gone. Your daughter's a murderer. So congratulations. Leave my home, please. And so Shauna leaves. She does have a moment in the kitchen later on in the episode where she sees the note that Melissa wrote. The note fell out of the package when Callie opened it. She finds the note underneath the fridge, and it basically says everything Melissa said it said. It's, hey, I can't use this tape anymore. Wish you well. Please forgive yourself for what has happened. Stuff like that. It was actually a decent note. And you start to kind of wonder, like, oh, is Shauna realizing everything that has happened is basically due to her and kind of her alone? Back in the teen timeline, oh my gosh, R.I.P. Mari, because Mari is in fact Pit Girl. We find out that Lottie wanted to have a hunt. She basically convinced Tequila to kill all the animals in order to like kind of start the conversation of we need another hunt. But the rest of the girls that have been slighted by Shauna are starting to form a plan. Their plan is to make it so Natalie can get to the highest peak with the transmitter and she can call for help. As they try to enact this plan, Shauna is incredibly paranoid. She knows something's happening, but she can't quite figure out like what exactly is happening. Taissa and Van have tried to like kind of rig the cards. So Hannah is the one that, pulls the queen, and that way they can kind of, deal with what they're trying to deal with. Shauna knows that they've messed with the cards, so she changes the order, and of course Mari draws the queen, and Shauna is just despicable. To be quite honest, she just is like, run faster, whatever. I don't know, she doesn't like Mari. The feelings are mutual. Mari says, you deserve everything that's coming to you, and she starts to run. We do see Natalie get followed by Hannah, and basically She confronts Hannah, and Hannah goes, I'm the same as you. I want to go home. And so Hannah plays ball, and she helps Natalie kind of with this plan. Change clothes. So Shauna has no idea that Natalie's not there. Mari, she falls into the pit. We see exactly what we saw at the beginning of season 1. She falls in the pit. She is dead. Shauna is just heartless, and she's like, go take care of it, Natalie, and bring me her hair when you're done. So she can basically wear it as a trophy. They prepare the feast, have dinner, and later on, Shauna basically approaches who she thinks is Natalie, and it turns out to be Hannah. And Shauna freaks out. She's like, where's Natalie? And where's Natalie? She's at the top of the mountain. She is plugged in the transmitter. She is trying to get help, and she finally hears a voice. A voice says, I hear you. So they're gonna get help. So I feel like that makes sense, because like up to this point, we just knew there was another winter. We knew the pit girl situation was going to happen. We didn't know exactly how they were going to get rescued after that, but now we have confirmation that rescue seems to be coming sooner rather than later. So I'm hopeful to see in season 4, are we going to see more of like what happens to them when they return home? I cannot wait to see how they reacclimate into society. And I'm thinking for Shauna, it's going to be real rough. I want to see how Jeff really like got back into the relationship with Shauna in the first place, because she just seems most unpleasant in all timelines. Back in the adult timeline, we see Taissa and Misty meeting at the diner. They basically both agree Shauna's the problem. Shauna's the reason all this terrible stuff has happened. Shauna's the reason that Van died. Let's take care of Shauna. I do not want her to be the last one standing, basically. We do see Walter drive by, and he sees them at the diner, so who knows what's going on with Walter. Shauna has been trying to contact Jeff and Callie. Callie's phone is disconnected. Jeff finally responds and says, we need space. Please do not contact us. And so she is alone in her home. She's alone in her house. She made herself a Hot Pocket. She's sitting down, and she starts writing a letter where she basically confesses she wants to be who she used to be in the wilderness. She was the queen. How she doesn't like her life. She doesn't like having zero power. She wishes she could go back. We'll find out what she's up to next season, but I just hope Jeff and Callie are as far away from her as they can be. I think they deserve a better ending. Shauna's just so messy. But I think it'll be interesting next season. I guess we're going to get Taissa and Misty versus Shauna. Another thing that happened in this episode, during the hunt, Melissa attacks Shauna. She basically is like, holding a bar over her neck, and she doesn't follow through. Shauna gets up and she goes, I knew you were boring. So we kind of see maybe Melissa's had that regret for her whole life. Like she didn't actually finish the job, and that's why she did that to Van, to kind of prove that to herself or something. I don't know. But I wonder if we're going to see Melissa next season. Honestly, I just assumed that Taissa would be more upset with Melissa, but she's blaming Shauna more for Van's death. That makes more sense to me because, again, this is all Shauna's fault. In this episode, we do find out, who the Antler Queen was. That was Shauna there. Mari's pit girl. We know who killed Lottie. We got a lot of answers in this episode. I think it was a decent finale. I don't hate season 3 the way a lot of other people do. I had fun this season. I thought it was pretty good. There were a couple things that I wasn't super happy about, but overall, great season. Every single person on this cast is just amazing. I love them all. Cannot wait to find out what happens in season 4. What were your thoughts on the finale?